So, like you say...
I've written several full columns about it.
Yeah,
I've talked about how people don't read the follow-up tweets. I wrote a column...
I've read some of the tweets, and the tweets were just as bad. I mean, you say a lot of things that are just, like, racist, right? But then if I call you a racist, then you defend it by saying, like, I didn't read enough.
Yes, because if someone calls me a racist without evidence, they are
A smug student at a college Q&A tried to pull off a classic character assassination, attempting to brand Ben Shapiro as a racist to get him to back down. But Shapiro didn't take the bait. Let's head straight to the raw footage.
I've been watching you for years now, and I read your book on the arguments to fight against people like me. And I feel bad because, like, for the most part, the people who have been arguing against you aren't nearly as elegant or eloquent as they should be. But I would just like to ask, so one of your points you very strongly make is that it's unfair for people like me to label you as like a racist or a bigot just as like a smear tactic. But have you ever acknowledged that like maybe it's not a smear tactic, but it's based on things you've said? So like, for example, like on the Israel-Palestine conflict, you called the Arabs, yeah, you already know what I'm going to say. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to presume. Yeah, so like you say...
I've written several full columns about it.
Yeah,
I've talked about how people don't read the follow-up tweets. I wrote a column...
I've read some of the tweets, and the tweets were just as bad. I mean, you say a lot of things that are just, like, racist, right? But then if I call you a racist, then you defend it by saying, like, I didn't read enough, right? So that's what I was going to say before.
So give me... Okay, fine. So give me my racist tweets in context.
Okay, well...
Yeah, you can't prepare it. So, right, go, do it.
So you said that Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage. This is not a difficult day. Well, you before that said Israelis like to build. Did you?
Okay, now the follow-ups, because you said the follow-ups didn't make it any better.
Well, this is separate things that you said.
No. I want the follow-ups to that one though.
Follow-ups to that specific.
Would you like me to
tweet?
get them? I'll get them for you.
If you have them, sure. But in the meantime, do you mind if while you do that?
What was that?
Do you mind if I continue while you do that?
Well, I'd like to take them one by one. So
sure.
Okay.
Why
don't we do this? Why don't we delay that one until the end while I look this up from the podium in front of 600 people?
You've also said... Okay. I'll wait. So on that particular issue, you've also said that the Arab-Palestine populace is, by and large, constitutes the most evil population on the face of the planet. Before, you said that you've never brought up religion when it comes to abortion, but I don't think that you've avoided religion when it comes to the Israeli conflict. And I don't know that you can be completely unbiased in the issue, given that,
Well, I can be unbiased on the subject that the Palestinians have elected 3 terrorist governments to form a unity government with the stated goal of the destruction of the state of Israel and the murder of all Jews in the area. So that I can be relatively unbiased on. As far as the idea that the Palestinian population... As far as the idea that the Palestinian population is more evil than other populations, they certainly hold more evil views than other populations by poll statistics, by how many Palestinians approve of terror attacks, by how many Palestinians voted for an actual terror group, Hamas, and another actual terror group, the Palestinian Authority, and another actual terror group, the Islamic Jihad. Okay, so I don't think that all views are equal, and I don't think that people who hold evil views are necessarily good. I mean, I'm sorry if the polls don't support the idea that everyone is equally wonderful, but everyone is not equally wonderful. Okay, I'm looking up these statements now, so if you'd like to give me a second.
But you've continued, you deny secular Zionism, and you...
Quote, okay, so here, I've got them. Okay, so I'll finish that one, then we can move. Okay, ready? There are many Christian and Muslim Arabs who are wonderful people, just not the ones who oppose Israel in the Israel-Arab conflict. That would be the response within the same Twitter thread. Okay, in the post Israelis versus Arabs, I wrote about Arabs who take part in the Israeli-Arab conflict, as anyone who can read knows. #dumbasses. Okay, quote, I think it has much more to do with the fact that the Palestinian leadership supported by the Palestinian population uses millions for terror. I should have been more specific. Arabs who actively seek Israel's destruction. Those would be the follow-up tweets. Does that sound like genocidal mania to you, or does it sound like I'm specifically labeling a group of people who have called for Israel's destruction?
I like to point out that you're not a racist, but they're dumbasses, and you're allowed to insult them.
Yes, because if someone calls me a racist without evidence, they are definitionally a dumbass.
What is genocide? Wait. What is genocide? Like so you said that you want to be like Churchill, right? And after the Allies, when they moved the German-speaking Polish out of Poland.
So now you're talking about a column I wrote when I was 19 years old that I morally abhorred and denounced myself. I think 6 years ago.
Yeah,
and have repeatedly said was a bad column that I wrote when I was 19 years old.
Okay. To avoid having an actual fact-based debate, Shapiro immediately stopped her in her tracks. refusing to let her use an emotional smear as a shortcut. If someone calls me a racist without evidence, they are definitionally a dumb. Calling someone a racist is one of the most serious accusations you can make. So if you're going to make that claim, you owe the world proof. The student smugly pulled out her phone, confident she had her gotcha moment. She cited a decade-old tweet where Shapiro said, "Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage." But she wasn't ready for what happened next. Shapiro calmly stood his ground and demanded she read the rest of the thread. If you are completely fed up with woke campus activists who rely on lazy, out-of-context quotes to shut down public discourse, smash that subscribe button right now. We are breaking down the biggest cultural truth bombs every single day, and your support keeps us on the front lines. Shapiro completely turned the tables on the stage, reciting his own follow-up tweets from that exact same thread that she deliberately ignored. There are many, many Christian and Muslim Arabs who are wonderful people, just not the ones who oppose Israel. I wrote about Arabs who take part in the Israeli-Arab conflict, as anyone who can read knows. He exposed that his commentary was aimed specifically at terrorist factions actively seeking Israel's destruction, not an entire ethnic group. He proved she had deliberately stripped away the context to fabricate a racial controversy, leaving her standing at the podium looking completely foolish. The student's entire narrative collapsed. In a desperate bid to salvage her argument, she tried to dig up a column Shapiro wrote when he was only 19 years old. Shapiro instantly neutralized the pivot, reminding her that he had already publicly denounced that specific piece years ago. So, what exactly did I say that was racist? Point to it. The student had absolutely nothing left to say. She stood there in total awkward silence while the audience broke into thunderous applause. Shapiro didn't defeat her out of cruelty. He defeated a toxic, lazy debating style that replaces real arguments with character assassination. Ben Shapiro delivered a perfect blueprint for how to dismantle modern cancel culture. Stay calm, demand the exact specifics, and never let a weaponized label replace cold hard facts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on Shapiro's epic counter-take. Smash that like button and share this video everywhere.